Hello, welcome back. Last time I spent quite some time untangling Borrow, but I finally did it and got the crystal. And that was enough to open up a day out. Let's see just what this looks like in here. Different color, we got uphill, treasure, alley, downhill, elevator, and well. Alright, probably not gonna actually open any of those today though. Low tide, tell me about this. Alright, so we got green chest, leading to a pool of acid and one piece of oobleck that I can't bring back from there unless I have a key. Also a place to make a jar. Crystals here behind two locked doors. One single block would be enough to get up there, but none exist in the puzzle. That key's down there, so I'm probably using oobleck to duplicate it, probably. Why jar, though? And also... why acid? I have lots of questions here. If there only exists one single chest, that means a paradox is impossible, right? No, because I can potentially duplicate it with the oobleck. But then how would I be inside and move it to another place and... maybe with disenchantment? Paradox might be possible here. I'll add this to the maybe pile. Okay, so this jar here is the same as that chest at this point, though impermanent. If I want to do anything with oobleck, I'm gonna need it up here. I can't bring it down here. This is just a place to handle a key so that oobleck can witness me doing that. Therefore, I won't have a key for getting out of here, so isn't that weird? So what are you telling me? What was this called? Low tide. Ah, right, reminding me that flooding rooms is a thing. Thank you. I wasn't thinking about that at all. That's why I'd want this chest in here. Because yeah, that makes it another one of those, but then I can go get the oobleck. Okay, I see how it is. So, sure, this gets me one piece of oobleck, loses me the chest, and I can unlock one door. Okay, got it. This feels similar to barter in some ways, but also different. Why the jar spot, you suppose? This would let me bring two objects in here, and that's the only reason I can imagine for it, other than... well, no. So when I jar this, it's going to be in whatever wet, dry state that I create the jar in. At some point, I'm definitely disenchanting that chest. Is there a circumstance where making a jar of this and just keeping it out here would be useful? Well, yes, to bring the chest into that jar, but I think that's the only one. If I do that and come out of here without the chest again, which would then be impermanent... why is it permanent? Isn't it kind of weird that this thing is enchanted? Like, what's the point of that? If it goes straight into acid, and like moving it around this room doesn't have any particular point to it. I'm having trouble imagining why it's important for that to be green. Maybe it just is so that somehow paradoxes could become possible. How would they, though? Hold on, can I paradox by... oops. Well, no, okay, so this becomes impermanent as soon as I take it in here, and it's just a normal chest. Oobleck turns into one of those. Disenchantment really means nothing at all here. What? Like, this is the same situation as I had before. I cannot see that as a meaningful state change right now. Okay, but then how do I do stuff? Two pieces of Oobleck must come to the top level. That would seem to be what's being asked of me. I got one piece. How did I do that? By jarring this, taking the chest into it, going into the chest again so that it's flooded, and then just carrying that little thing out. Alright, and I'm only ever going to carry one object out at a time. So in this action, I lose my thing. So what I have to do somehow is turn that into 2. You sure about that one? There's not a lot here, which I appreciate. Okay. If I bring a key into a jar in this state, then I can get a key out. That's obviously worthless, but I can do it. Alright, I did a non-operation. Oobleck could duplicate a jar, which just seems like it would put it in a worse situation. I'm not coming up with a way I could duplicate this chest at the top level. That's just not going to happen, because there's no way to get back out of any container with more than I came with. Unless I can make a jar, take something into it, and then come back out with... No. No, because I'd have to bring this... Well, okay, so if I could get the Oobleck to the top level without disrupting the chest, then I could do that. But if I could do that, I'd already have a solution and it'd be pointless. Unless I'm looking to paradox or something. So, what operation gets me more than one Oobleck out here? Seemingly none. Like, imagine any sort of precondition. I mean, so, okay, so flooding the whole room, sure. There's nothing I can do with this top-level room. That key is definitely trapped down there. To duplicate that key, I have to have the Oobleck itself out here. Or the key in the chest, which means I'm trapped in the pit and can't carry anything out. So yeah, there's like nothing to do here. As usual, I just have the most obvious of impossibilities staring at me. That's how these puzzles are. Not even the slightest hint of a foothold. But then somehow it becomes a thing after messing with it for long enough. Okay, so how can I mess with this? Let's do some operations. Didn't actually mean to throw that, but whatever. So let's start with one of these. Is there anything that's of any interest doing like this? I don't see how there would be. Can't get that out. Now I just broke this jar, and I'm here. This is what this looks like. Okay, so what? So, I mean, the obvious thing is... make jar, bring chest in. Why, though? What's the point of that? I can make a jar of this. But I guess, well, I mean, the point is that I can go in here. Again, why? What does it even matter? Well, it doesn't. Hold on. But maybe... What? Wait. Excuse me, what the heck is going on? Oobleck? Are you telling me that in acid I can handle an object next to Oobleck and it doesn't change? Since when? What? Is that like... how is that a thing? Okay, so that's a mechanic I never knew existed. At least I don't think I did. Is it the fact that it's an acid, or is there something else to it? Like, why would that be? Okay, does that change anything? I wasn't in a situation where I wanted to prevent a transformation, so no. Huh? So the bandwidth problem remains, as always. If I want two things out here, I'm gonna have to, at the minimum, make 2 jars. If I take something in here... is there a way to do this? So when this becomes impermanent... No, bandwidth. Due to needing 2 Oobleck out here... and there being only 1 entry here, I can't just trade it for a jar, then go in that jar, then expect to come out with 2 Oobleck. I can only hold 1. I obviously can't go in here empty-handed and come out with one of those. So now, hold up. Let's try this thing again. So I'm gonna go in here, take Oobleck, go back out. Let's experiment a bit. So you're here in the acid. Touch chest. No transformation. You're here out of the acid. Touch chest. Transformation. Fascinating. So, a completely new property of acid was discovered. Doesn't seem very useful, though. Why would I want this? So I have a chest I can take into the chest now, allowing me to jar this up and bring... Well, really just one of these two objects out is the thing, though. So now this jar contains oobleck and that chest and some water. Well, acid, whatever. And yeah, I can go in here and make more oobleck, but now I'm stuck at the at bottom level. And this loses me my ability to actually make any transmutations. Yeah, 2 oobleck here. In reach of the exit, but as soon as I leave... This thing again, huh? Squish. Is it on this side too? Yep, both sides. One for the block, one for the corner of the door. Squish, squish. Alright then. Squish, squish. If I come out of here with just the chest, then, you know, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so... Now, but hold on. If I get 1 oobleck, I can turn it into a key. Maybe after that stage, then something can happen. So, let's just make... just a couple of bonus jars here. Then I'll operate on this. And do what with it? Put this in here. Make a jar. Make a jar, sure. Hold up, let me do a little better. How is this better? It's probably not. Oh, wait, no, I wanted, just in case it's interesting to have that chest in that jar, I'm gonna put that chest in that jar. Because I can. And it feels like it might somehow be useful, so I can get that back out now, sure. But I can only pull 1 object out of here. That's still the problem. There's no way I'll ever get 2. Okay, so then let's try this. Without that chest, just with some jars of it in its dry state. Oh, I can't... Okay, no, but I can do this. So if I bring a key into one of these... Is there something interesting about that somehow? No. There really isn't. The permanence of this chest still baffles me. That just seems like it has no bearing on the puzzle at all. I mean, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just exists to make it feel like there's a reason for the acid to be there. But then the secondary purpose is to prevent transmutation with oobleck in the acid. But I'm not using that behavior yet. I can't make a wet jar until I sacrifice the chest. Does a wet jar help me? No. If I enter a jar with an object, I'm losing that object. If I enter a jar that contains more than one object, I'm only getting one back. This jar just looks like this. What? So the way I solved the bandwidth problem during barter was by not solving it at all. I still did my 2-for-1 trade, and then the 1-for-1. And then I traded both of those objects I had brought back to the top level for keys in a way I hadn't previously understood. Does similar thinking apply here somehow? And is there any way to preserve that chest's permanence? I'm pretty sure there's not. It's gonna become impermanent no matter what I do. Unless it's jarred, but it cannot be. Because as soon as it goes into itself, like this starts in acid, even in dry, so no. There is no way to preserve the greenness of that chest other than just never bringing it to this room at all in the first place. Unless I'm exiting out of something that results in being in this room with it in my hands. I mean, it couldn't come back out with me then. But maybe that's okay, so hang on. So let's think about that concept. That would mean... Hold on a second. I was slightly in the air when I did that. You don't suppose there's like some acrobatics here where I could get like way up here, just mash the button real hard, and get the jar to a place where this doesn't disenchant when I pop into it? No, I settled. Hang on, wait, but if I have... Wait, but I... Wait, what? I had upward momentum when I did that. I popped upwards. No, I mean that disenchanted clearly. Like I'm in the stuff when I make the jar. Surely it's not some ridiculous... Are you serious? Oh dear. So I can do that, huh? Alright. Well, I put that in an awkward spot, but I can get back to it. Not sure I like that as a solution. It's kinda cool, but like extremely jank. So this allows me to jar this up, keeping that chest there, and, well... Okay. I don't know that this is part of the solution, but what's annoying is it could be. How does it help me, though? I need to get my hands on this And some water alongside it, and... maybe this can work, actually. So here's some water, here's this chest. But flooding this room is gonna mean that gets disenchanted. So I'd want to jar it out first, but I can't. That can't leave the room. Okay, if I somehow had a key in here... Hold on, can I paradox right now? So I'm inside this, which is in here. I'm gonna... oh, I can't really get my hands on that. I guess I'll just have to flood the room. Alright, let's just go in a couple of times. I think this lets me paradox, at least. Oh, that's... okay, no, hang on. That's fine. I'll go in another time. Go in another time. I need to handle... oh, wait, what? Well, okay, so I can exit. That's how I make this happen. Then I jar, and... get confused. Let's bring this jar forward, but then it gets ooblecked. Do I know what I'm trying to do? Clearly not. Let's move this to another spot. How about that? How about here? That'll be much more convenient. Now I can pick this up and do stuff with it. Alright, so go in. Go in. Go in an extra time just for fun. Let's clone this. Why? Sure, that's fine. I'll take it in here, thereby disenchanting it. I could have just dunked it in the acid from there. Exit a couple of times, and then I'll paradox. There we go. Okay, I paradoxed. So maybe the jumping out of the acid solution, like I did, was only for accessing the paradox. Well, I'm here. And as we know, paradoxes cannot interact with crystals. If you touch a crystal after paradoxing, it just doesn't crystal. Oh. So blower there, and chest I don't know about. So I gotta make this wet. That chest must just lead back to this room. That's the only thing that makes any sense to me. But it doesn't. Ah, but I see what I can do. Oh dear, what is this? What? So I think I... okay, if I had a key to open this door, I could get back to that chest, sure. This room needs to be wet for that to be possible. How do you want that to happen? I mean, I would assume I've already lost. Since there's just so clearly nothing I can... hang on, is there? Well, no, I can bring the blower in here. Losing it in the process. But that's so... no, I need it. Oh, no, I don't necessarily need it. But this takes me to a weird place here. Okay, so that's permanent. Therefore I can carry something else in here. Let's make it... I don't know. Well, I don't have anything to carry other than the chest or a jar of itself, and maybe a jar of itself would be useful. Because with the jar, I can not really do anything. Ah. See, now this gets you stuck. But if I flood this room... That's the use of bringing the chest, because then I can flood this room, disenchant the blower, and good things could happen. It'll probably disenchant the keys too, though. So I have to get at least one of them out, or jarred? Okay, let's put one in a jar? Actually, no, I want to put... No, there's going to be no safety. Well, alright, let's just find out what this room looks like flooded. Everything, of course, naturally. So that lets me eliminate the blower, yes. Getting me back down, maybe. But I definitely am not having both of those keys now. They're both in this jar. Oh, and now I'm down here. Alright, well, this is ridiculous. Alright, can I reproduce that trick? Probably. It wasn't that hard to pull off. It was kind of finicky. Wait, I already messed it up. Okay, I was too, something. Too early, I guess. Right at the thresholds. Was that thresholdy enough? No. I did it once. I can do it again. Was that it? That was it. Okay. It makes me do this awkward throw, which is actually totally fine. All I have to do to reposition that is this, which is a much less demanding trick. And all I have to do is... I don't know if I need to go in once more. I might. But I do this, I escape, and then I'm immediately paradoxed. Sure. Can I bring something with me in here? Maybe, but I couldn't take it up this jump. This chest contains the diamond. It needs to be flooded, and I need to have a key coming in with me. What that does not mean is that I have to bring both keys out of here. Because I can bring this chest into the place with the keys, and that would be fine. But I have to bring one key out. There's no getting around that. I want to check something. Oh, well, of course that's going to happen. If I put this where a chest is, it doesn't blow the chest upward, so I couldn't somehow get this up onto that ledge, chuck it downward, and have that chest come to me. At the cost of the blower. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I can move that key upward. Oh, that's interesting. Putting it out of reach of the acid. Okay. So that's reasonable. Because, yeah, I could have this down here in this pit. You know, that's its final destination. I can't really do much without doing that, so I'll just do it now. Going there is a commitment, so is dissolving it in the acid. I absolutely must have the chest in here. I don't think I need more than one jar, right? I don't know, maybe I'll do. I'll make a second one. So that's how I could save one key from the acid. The other one would just come out with me. Okay, let's try that. So this key just hangs out up in the sky where it'll be safe from the ravages of the red water. You come with me into the red water. Why? So I can dissolve the blower. Okay, so one key stays safe. What I don't like about that is it's going to drop down in that pit where the blower is. So I might have to catch it real quick. Okay, well, let's be ready for that. I could make a jar of this, but I don't think I have a reason to, right? I could totally have caught that. That's definitely possible. If I did, would it help me? I'd then have to, what, have the other key in my hand. Hold on, could I have done that? Yes, I think so. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I can at least solve this paradox. This is like a frame-perfect trick or something. Yeah, I think there's like a one-frame window. I can imagine exactly how that would happen, knowing how games are programmed. Didn't get it. This is so silly. I think that's too early. I think I needed one frame later. Yep. So one single swim from on the ground can do it. That might have been it? Like when I see my nose come out of the water, that's when it's good. Okay. This is fun. I like this process. So all I have to do is go in this one time, dunk it, exit, and then I'm there. Okay. So from here I do nothing. That chest just lies in wait right there. I'm going to... pretty sure I do want to do am I? Yeah, there's no reason to wait on this. I have no interest in getting up on that cliff ever again. Like, I'm done with that. This has the 2 keys I need. Now, how was it? I wasn't sure quite what the next step is. It certainly involves these actions. Like, there's no getting around everything I've done there so far, I think. Right, so I wanted to... Yeah, this is going to be some serious acrobatics. Oh, I want... can I pick that up? Not anymore! It's committed. I wanted to put it a bit farther right. Okay, so I can just disenchant this now. Committing it to this room. I'll put it here. Once I've caught that key... There's going to be some serious juggling to get both of them down that ledge. The extra jar I put out there lets me access the other key. However, what I don't have is a way to flood the diamond room. Okay, so step by step. First of all, okay, no, I'm fine. Where I am is correct. Catch. I did it. I fumbled a little bit, but I did catch it eventually. So now... Okay, here's a less ridiculous maneuver I can do. Take this out of the water, take the green thing into it, just to reposition back down there. That's much more reasonable than what I was gonna do, like carrying them both down that pit there. I need a jar, and doesn't that jar have to be wet? So... Do I actually want both keys hovering on the vent there? Hold on, now this, okay, so I'll lose the chest. This isn't a clink, this isn't a solution, but it's a few steps closer. This at least lets me bring this all the way up in here, which is fun. But I can't flood this chest. So if that's the only step I'm missing, then what I want... Oh, right, I have to do this again. That's fine. I got it. My nose was out of the water. I was able to breathe. Alright, so I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, you dissolve, and I'm out. Great. So I leave that alone. This comes in here right now. Hold up. Let's think carefully about this. So in the ending steps of this, I must have access to water somehow. So really I just want to jar up a flooded version of this room. Or it could totally just be a version where the blower is there, but no, but it can't. That's impossible. Okay, so in here is all of those things. I do need the chest in here because I do need to make it wet, and that's the only way to do that. There's definitely no point in putting this anywhere except there. That's exactly where it goes. This jar is necessary for pulling the green key out. The second jar is necessary for putting the chest in. But then what? I think maybe I can bring one extra jar back up to the top and use it as the wet one or something? But doesn't seem like I could, though. I mean, okay, I'll make one extra jar here, so these are both the same thing. Is there any reason I would want my first action in here to be this? No, because I don't have the chest now. So yeah, bring the chest up. I definitely don't want to levitate both keys. Because catching the one is demanding enough. Catching two is definitely impossible. Yeah, it depends on how the game processes inputs, depends on, you know, but like, not reasonable to ask a human to do. Because yeah, I'm imagining, you know, swim out of here, two keys are exactly overlapping, pick up the one, throw it up, pick up the second, all within the window of time where they're falling down past me. It's not definitely impossible, but it's definitely impractical. So you're hovering. I was struck for a moment by how ridiculous this all is. Let's do this slowly. There's a part I'm gonna have to do quickly right after this. But when I disenchant that key, it's just gone unless I pull it out of there, isn't it? Right, which is why before I disenchanted it from out there. Now this isn't exactly lost yet, but it's made a lot harder. Oh, that... oh. Ah, no reflex is necessary because I can put it enough over to the side that it wouldn't even go into the pit. And that's what I accidentally did. Okay. Okay, so let's say I had both of those green keys. That's a pretty good circumstance. Let's keep them both permanent. I think I see a route to doing some good things with that. Don't think I got it. I'm gonna try again. My nose was still in the water. My nose was still in the water. My nose was very much still in the water. That was one more frame farther behind. That was a good one, I think. I'm wrong. Okay, that was a good one. Definitely. Like, my mouth was out of the water. Okay, at some point I thought I had a solution to that. What did I think I was gonna do? Keep both keys permanent. Jar 1, I think I will need 2 extras, therefore. Yeah, with the 2 extra jars, both of these are key access. And with both of the keys still permanent, that's super fine. Yes, okay. This is actually quite simple when I have all the steps, right? I make 2 jars. Each one of those will turn into a key. This one is where the operations happen. You're gonna go in here. I'm not going in you yet. First, get this definitely to the side. Get this definitely to the side, like the bare minimum amount on the vent. Kill the vent. Exit. 2 keys go clink, everything's good. Take the chest up to relocate the keys. Easily and safely. Alright, and that's it. I'm done. Great, okay. So from here I just exit. I can even bring the chest back out. Which I don't want to do. I needed another object that I can't have now. I might still be able to make this happen, actually, if I bring the chest back out. I have an idea. So with the chest out here, I don't even need these jars. I can just go in here to get my stuff. Okay, cool. So this key stays safely out here while I bring this chest in here. Make a jar from it. There we go. There's a wet jar. And then I can bring this other chest into this jar. That jar needs to contain the... No, wait, what? Oh, this is no good. Okay, I messed up, and I know exactly how... So what I needed to do was to have put this key into that jar when I made it, because what I would do is this. Take the key that would be here into this room, and then unlock the door with it. Okay, got it, got all the steps. I just needed to do something a little different toward the end. Okay, that's a good one. This is pretty good. No, don't do that. Go in here. Disenchant. Exit. Alright. Steps. So again, they're simpler than I thought. I don't need those 2 extra jars. Like, I don't need any extra jars at all. Just the one to get the chest inside itself. That's all it takes. Chest will go in acid. There's no timing component here, so I don't even need it on that left edge. It's actually unnecessary. Okay, so I'm in the air. Gently. Gently. I'm in the air. You disenchant. You're gone. Those go clink. I carry them down. I carry this down. I exit this room. Next, one key opens that, yes. I do leave the other key in there. It's counterintuitive, but it is how it works. This comes in here. Key does get disenchanted, but that's okay. There's a jar spot here. This comes out. And you go in the jar. And I have access to the key. Perfect. Done. Oh, these are so satisfying. Alright, I don't know what to do for the crystal here. That's just another crystal I'm gonna have to come back to. But hey, you know what? Since I looked in here, I do have every puzzle open now. There are no other closed chests. Alright, so at the very, very least, I can see all game content naturally without having to hack any Lua files or anything. If there are some crystals I don't get, then at least I can see the puzzles. I'd like to get all of them. It would be nice. I have been thinking about the diamond here for so long I forgot even what was up with the crystal. Oh yeah, it's one of these trading problems. I can't get two objects out here. Oobleck does not take a new form while inside acid is the new thing that I learned about the game mechanics today. That's interesting. Alright, I might just take a peek in here. I think that's completely reasonable. Like, okay, the amount of satisfaction I do get out of solving one of these puzzles means I really do want all forms of gemstones here. Do I have all the rubies? 1, 2... Weren't there 2 more somewhere? I forget which one of these had a map, but, you know. I should know about that. Was it cupboard? I think it might have been. This looks like it might have a ruby. Do you have the thing here? No, it's not you. Was it share? Or actually, maybe it was covered in the other context or something. Yeah, here it is. 2 rubies. I have them all already. 9 diamonds, 18 crystals. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't count what's in here. There may be diamonds and rubies in here. Got it. Okay, so yeah, let's go on a day out next time and just experience what that's going to be like. That sounds reasonable, I think. And we can circle back around to these when it feels like it's time. Alright, I'll see you then.